Show. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, joined by the head coach of the Ferris State Bulldogs, Andy Bronkema, after a 97-68 win over Grand Valley State here at the GLIAC opener tonight. And Coach, got to be impressed with the way your guys played, especially here in the second half.
Well, they fed off the energy. What's up, Citel? They fed off the energy of the crowd, man. Students showed up, and people were excited to see this game, and I think a lot has to do with just the week that we're in, and basketball's here, and people are getting excited about it. So we went on some runs where just the energy was contagious, and it was energy in the building. And I thought a lot of guys played well for us and played well in their roles. We weren't perfect, all right, but when we made a mistake, we corrected it, and we made a lot of efforts just to do what we asked them to do. And I saw it all over the floor tonight, and I'm proud of that. Obviously,
led by Ben Davidson, a key player for you coming back as one of those veterans for you. 29 points, shot the ball extremely well, and got to love his play here tonight.
Well, it's one of those nights for Ben. We all witnessed it. I mean, he was on fire. I mean, it was ridiculous. He was hitting shots, and players get in that zone every once in a while. They look back in their career, and there was 3 or 4 games where the basket was this big, and it was like that for him for a little while tonight. And we took advantage of that, and he made some big plays for us. And he's worked hard in his career. I mean, so hard, really. I mean, honestly, his story is great. It's going to be a motivating story. He's going to be a teacher, and he's going to be able to motivate kids the rest of his life. And his story's not done here, but I'm proud of him. He caught fire, and like I said, I felt like our guys fed off each other. And it was a lot of fun tonight.
How much does a guy like that playing well really help with the other guys as they feed off of him? And obviously you had a lot of guys come in and play well off the bench for you.
Well, really, Ben is the most experienced guy we have with time at Ferris. So, he leads the way and tells them, this is what Coach wants. This is what we stand for. This is what we want to try to do. But, again, we played really well tonight. I think Grand Valley had a couple guys injured, which I know injuries are part of it, but it's hard when you're not fully there. And I really thought we were in a similar position, both teams, just coming in and trying to find out what our new pieces could do. And tonight we made a lot of shots, so we look good. But, we plan to, play them later in the year, and both teams are going to get better. And Coach has done a great job of implementing a system. It was fun to study them because it was all new. You had to figure out, what might these guys be all about, what are they trying to do, what's his style of play, what's his thought process, and, I'm really impressed with them. So tonight was our night because a lot of balls just went through the hoop, and some nights they don't go in like that, and you got to find a way to win. But tonight, the basket was big for us.
How much did some of those early games and that competition you faced really prepare you for the intensity here at GLIAC basketball?
Yeah, I don't know if we know just yet, how that prepares you. You kind of look at the end of the season and just say, hey, well, here are the ebbs and the flows. Early on we turned the ball over quite a bit. We took care of that, and but we've been playing with pretty high energy. And honestly, just the roles on our team, we're trying to fit into it. There's a bunch of sophomores out there, and they're talented, but they've never. I mean, look at Kel tonight. I mean, 12 points, 9 rebounds. I mean, gets 22 minutes. We got a lot of guys like that. What if we played them a little bit more? But they buy in to being selfless. They buy in the recruiting process. To come here and maybe play a few minutes less, and do it for the team. I'm just really proud of the guys for doing that, and obviously when their number's called, they're capable.
Obviously now you look ahead to Sunday, Davenport coming to town, and another tough opponent coming in here in the opening weekend of conference basketball.
Yeah, I mean, Davenport's a really impressive program. They joined Division II, joined the GLIAC, and got multiple championships under their belt already. And they're returning some good players, but they just brought in a lot of new blood, kind of like us. So they're figuring it out. And I haven't watched a lot of them. I just seen their stats, and I just compare them to us. A lot of teams are like that in the GLIAC right now. I think it's wide open, and teams are just going to be really good at the end of the year because the coaches are good, and they're just going to figure out their rotations and who needs to do what. But I mean, I saw Walt had 45 points, in his last game, and then I look back and Hankins had 22 and 9 with like 7 dunks, and I'm just thinking, how do we replace these guys? And the rest of the coaches got to be thinking that too. But these guys end up stepping up and growing and becoming those guys too. So it's a fun process, and I think the GLIAC is just going to be a really difficult league at the end of the year. I really do.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win, and we look forward to talking to you again on Sunday.
All right, looking forward to this weekend.